Hi. As a follow-up to your recent participation in the Are You an Elite Advisor quiz, I wanted to take a second and introduce myself and review with you all of the resources that we're putting together to help you implement the framework we designed and outlined in the Elite Advisor Playbook. I'm John Robinson. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Blueprint Investment Partners. Blueprint has built its investment business around advisors. We study advisors, we serve advisors, and we do so by offering investment management services and practice management services. So as a part of that, we developed the Elite Advisor Playbook and subsequently the Elite Advisor Quiz, the Are You an Elite Advisor Quiz, to help you better understand those areas where you have strengths, which you know that you do, and areas of opportunities, which we all do. And so I don't know if you were surprised at when your scores came up at where you were strongest. And I don't know if you were surprised where you were weakest, but certainly within the context of this quiz, it was clear that you have an opportunity to grow in the area of practice management. And look, we've been studying advisors and elite advisors now for over 10 years, and we've done extensive research on elite advisor behavior. And one thing is for sure, at least in terms of variables that bubble to the top for elite advisor behavior. And that is that elite advisors manage their time well. They participate in high leverage activities, not in low leverage activities. Elite advisors don't participate in menial routine tasks. They outsource those. They hire for those. And it's all these it'll only take a few minutes tasks that distract from these high impact activities. So, as a next step in this how-to series now, we want to talk about one step you can take in enhancing the practice management aspect of your business. So, for us, and hopefully you, one area we've spent a lot of time in and improved in is in developing processes. So I want you to imagine a process in your business. And let's go through this step by step. Okay, let's take, for example, a request for a client meeting. Okay? So write that down. That's the first step in the process. Client request meeting. Okay? What happens next? You have someone in the office following up with them? Okay, write that down. Now what happens? Perhaps somebody generates a report. Maybe that's you, maybe that's a paraplanner, maybe that's an assistant, generates a report from a program like eMoney, for example. Maybe you print out their financial plan. You have these things that you're preparing to get ready for the meeting. Okay, what happens next? Do you send a reminder? A day before reminder? Is this in the calendar or is this in an email? And who does it? Are there any additional materials or supplies that need to get collected before you walk into the meeting? I just want you to take a second and write down all of these steps. Now what happens after the meeting? What's the follow-up look like? Is that determined in the meeting and who's capturing those notes? I want you to know all of that and be as granular as you can possibly be to see what is happening and then who makes it happen. See, the point of this exercise is to create a picture of all the steps in accomplishing one result. Now, when you say request for a client or a client request for a meeting, that doesn't sound complicated until you just wrote down 12 steps to complete it. And so what I like about this exercise is that at the end of the day, I'm able to step back, consider the process with fresh eyes and evaluate questions like, okay, of all of these steps, what steps are most likely to be missed? Right? Where are the cracks where things can fall through? Are there technology tools that help expedite any of these things or make them more efficient? And where do the bottlenecks happen? So let's go back to the example of the meeting. One thing that might help in terms of improving practice management for you, as it has for us, is in implementing a very simple scheduling tool. I know it sounds small, but think of all the steps it automates. It allows the client to go in and select a window of time on your calendar that works for you. It sends an automated confirmation email, and it triggers the day before reminder so that you don't have to. So this is a fairly trivial example, but it does highlight a series of all of these it'll only take a minute tasks and how they pile up and hold you back from spending time only on the activities that have the greatest impact on your business. Now, this idea of mapping out processes is one that I learned from my friend Ray Ryder. Ray's a really talented business coach, facilitator and trainer with more than 20 years experience, industry experience. And Blueprint has partnered with Ray to create these concepts and codify them so we can develop tools that advisors like you can use to build and strengthen your elite advisor practice. And Ray's going to be presenting on this in an upcoming webinar, and we're going to make sure that when that gets scheduled that you receive the invite. So until then, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this has been of value to you. I want to thank you for your time. I'd encourage you at any point to reach out to us if you have questions about the Elite Advisor Playbook, the quiz, or the results you generated in the quiz, and especially if you have any questions about our investment strategies or practice management services. Thanks.